¿Qué onda, Mina? Welcome back to the Monsters Den podcast. I am Hazar, and today we're talking about the One Piece East Blue. And with me today is my longtime friend, Phoenix.
Yep. Hey guys. It's Phoenix. This little avatar, I think it's like a little quick VTuber concept I drew up, but I don't even know if I'm gonna do anything with it. So
That's his catchphrase.
yeah. Well, hey, I'm lazy as hell.
Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about your life on the internet or just anything you want to mention that relates to geeky hobbies?
Well, I draw for a hobby. I don't really post that much, and the things I do post, it's out there.
Then
Mm,
there you have it. The
yeah.
man's on is he's downplaying how good his art skills are.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if I were to be successful, then I'd probably be too busy not doing a podcast or something.
Fair enough. But yeah, no. Today we're gonna be talking about the One Piece's first arc or saga, I should say, the East Blue Saga. And in this podcast, we're gonna be talking about not just the manga, but probably talk a little bit about the anime and probably delve into the live action adaptation because I actually really like the live action.
All right.
I don't know what was your opinion on it. I do recall you
Yeah.
seeing it.
No, I enjoyed it. I I think there's like some parts I like, some parts I feel like the manga does a bit better. But but that's what
Yeah,
we're here to talk
I
about.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But and the time of this recording, only the first season has been out. The second season is currently in
Mm.
production, but it has been shown.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more CGI in that season, so
Yeah, I mean, there's like
yeah.
there are characters dedicated to CGI there, like the giants
And Chopper.
and Chopper. Yeah, eventually. And to be fair,
Yeah.
there's quite a bit of CGI in OG, the
Yeah.
first season of One Piece too. But
Well, I mean, of course, since you can't exactly replicate rubber powers with
and Buggy.
yeah, that too. Though I do think there could be like some practical effects, but that's way too much work for that.
Yeah, especially for something like Buggy, like so many
Y-
moving pieces. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
That's gonna be on the production team.
yeah, though probably not to the degree that the anime or manga will portray it.
Yeah. And just for context, for anyone that maybe is unsure of what the East Blue is, we're basically gonna be talking about the beginning of One Piece all the way to right, like a
Lockdown.
little after they get out of Lockdown. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be volume 12
Hmm.
is when they pass the Grand Line. So anything before the Grand Line, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, the first question we have here before we really get into just talking about the show is, when did you first experience One Piece, Phoenix?
Uh, I can't really give you an exact date, but probably when MySpace was still relevant. So, I did.
That's quite a timestamp.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, it shows how old we are. But pretty much didn't exactly have money to buy manga. Had to go off of some like pirating sites or free manga sites if you want to be
Luffy would have
cheeky
won
about
it
it.
that way.
Yeah. I think the website that I remember frequenting a lot is Manga Here, if you're familiar with it.
Dude, there's so many
Oh,
dead like pirating sites.
yeah, yeah.
It sounds
Now,
like a dime a dozen at this point.
now, but I think, yeah, but I think like during my time browsing Manga Here, they actually had a little feature called a Tsukomi, where you could add in like your little little blocks of text onto the manga page as like a reaction.
Oh, that's cute. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, Oh no, it's actually great since like on like the very hype moments on some mangas, you just see like hundreds or dozens of Tsukomis, like just sheer. I mean, yeah, just being hyped at the scene.
Yeah, that sounds so fun. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think that manga site is still up, but
Well,
hard to say.
we can. Well, I still hope it is for the sake of the people
Yeah.
who are still interested in it. But
Uh, okay.
yeah. Did you experience it through the anime or the manga? The manga first, right? I assume.
Yeah, yeah, the manga first, since it was.
Interesting.
Yeah, then again, it's easier to get around with. I mean, get around with manga than the anime back then.
Well, most people you talk to, they got into One Piece due to the four kids dub, myself
For kids
included.
stuff. Oh yeah, I think I saw like a few episodes, but they were so disjointed that I kind of forgot about it since I couldn't keep up with the story or it. There's not enough like cohesion to keep my interest.
Well, when Toonami started airing, it was easier for me to like stay on track with One Piece,
Hmm.
and I I managed to keep up with it, but I want to say I stopped around the bar TA is when childhood me stopped watching One Piece
Oh, okay.
consistently. I still caught a few episodes here and there until like the last episode I saw was a Skypiea episode.
All
I
right.
think they when they just get to Skypiea, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's all scattered from there.
You know, I forget. Was Toonami back then like more of a nighttime viewing, or is it still,
It
or
was
was it like
nighttime.
it was nighttime? Oh, okay. I forget back then where they also showed it like during the afternoon, but I could be wrong about
They
that.
they also did have that segment too,
Yeah.
although they tended to be like reruns.
Yeah, yeah. I think they also showed like a ton of Dragon Ball Z like on on that one.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah.
But whatever. Now we have streaming sites.
Yep. Well, everything is out there on the internet now, so there's no excuse not to know nothing.
Yeah. And I guess it's just worth noting to the audience real quick is that I read I read One Piece for the very first time about I
Mm.
want to say about 2 months ago. I made a small review on Romance Dawn, but this is gonna be a full discussion on the East Blue altogether with someone else.
Yeah.
So if anyone's wondering if I'll be doing more of those kind of videos, probably not. I think from here on out, I'm just gonna be talking about the sagas with Phoenix at
Mm.
this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way, whether you're reading the manga or the anime, it's such a huge hurdle.
It is, especially on the price department.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're still on the pirate life.
I really like the feeling of holding a book,
Yeah, yeah, I get that sentiment.
and even though I just said it is expensive,
Hmm.
it's only expensive because of the quantity of it. But at the end of the day, One Piece manga goes for relatively cheap.
Yeah, and each volume is about like 5 to 6 chapters.
Yeah,
I
as long as you
believe.
buy it in bulk.
Yeah, that. Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Though I guess to own all of One Piece at the moment, you definitely need your own bookshelf for that.
Well, I'll think about that when the series is finished.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going 1,000 plus chapters strong, so
I'm placing my bet that One Piece will end in the year 2035.
2035. Oh, okay. You think? I don't know. You think they're gonna hit the 1,500 chapter mark or something?
I don't know. It depends how many breaks Oda takes, but
That too, yeah. But
I do think it's gonna end in 2035. I think the editors are gonna pressure him, being like, Oda, you're too
uh-huh.
old to do this. You gotta finish the story like
Yeah.
before 2035.
I do think. Yeah, I do think it's gonna end sooner due to the arc that they're going through. I mean, unless the publishers are willing to milk the story dry for what it's worth, but
Yeah, but that's gonna be a future podcast. I might have sidetracked it to
yeah,
the end when we're here talking about the beginning.
yeah.
My bad.
Uh,
I did also want to ask, what is your favorite adaptation of the East Blue? Not of One Piece, but just the
hmm
East Blue.
Just of East Blue. I did. I did like Arlong Park, the live action for Arlong Park.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, though I did. Though I think my only gripe is I felt like they revealed. I mean, they revealed Garp too early, but
I'm kind of alright with it. I don't
yeah,
know if I have the side stories part here
yeah.
in our little slides here, but
Mm.
um, I didn't mind it too much.
I I think it's because it was such a big reveal in oh wait, a big reveal in like what in the later arcs since it's a bit of an impromptu surprise.
Like in Water 7, yeah.
Yeah, since that since that was his like first major appearance.
I think it was fine because in the he kind of stole the show
Hmm.
whenever his scenes popped up in the live action,
Yeah.
and he kind of established a little bit of stakes and backstory for
Hmm.
Luffy.
Yeah, though I do feel like it's definitely gonna change how the interaction will be portrayed in the live action if they get that far.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, though it is pretty nice that Kobe is also getting like a lot more screen time.
Yeah, no, Kobe was a massive improvement.
Yeah, since since most of his development prior to Water 7 was in the cover art stories in the manga.
And they were all usually just like, I'm gonna help Helmeppo and act brave and do training,
Yeah.
I guess. And here
Yeah.
you got to see what that was actually like.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they were grinding. I mean,
Yeah, they were.
yeah. Oh no, Kobe got like such a huge glow up compared to like his first appearance to Water 7.
So I seen screenshots of Kobe before, like way before I even read One Piece. So I always kind of knew about Kobe. I think
Yeah.
what surprised me the most was Helmeppo.
Mhm.
Was like, oh, they're buddies. Wait, when did this happen?
Yeah. Oh. Oh no. I mean, they're buddies since they. Yeah. Well, since they were in the same boat together. Since Helmuppo got had nothing ever since his dad got. Well, he didn't get arrested. He just fled.
I mean, yeah, he almost got arrested.
Yeah, he almost did. Well, until like Garp got super lazy and that and Morgan got like to jump on him and just fled through a boat.
He really did.
Yeah,
Kind of interesting that in the live action they kept him in charge
yeah.
still. But yeah, I'd like to talk about that a little more in detail.
Hmm.
Um, and so what is your favorite adaptation? Is it the manga, the anime, or the live action, do you think? Or do you think it's kind of too close to call it?
A little bit too close to call it, but I'd say I like the manga a little bit better.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I have a bias towards the live action adaptation
Uh huh. It
because
does.
it resolved a lot of my issues.
It did have like a bit of more serious and grounded tone to it.
Yeah. What you lose with world building, you gain with characterization.
Hmm.
So, kind of take some and lose some. But, yeah. And the last question before we finally talk about the chapters is who's your favorite character in the East Blue? Just so we kind of know who to look out for.
Mm,
Do you want to answer this in a way where it's a one Straw Hat and then one other character?
probably. I think on the top of my mind it would be Zoro.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, he just takes.
bro knows how to aura farm.
Yeah. I mean, he has the strength to be his own captain, but it's just that he prefers to be the first mate since he's definitely a character who's dedicated to his role and he sees that everyone has a role to play and they should stick with it.
Yeah, I think he does shine in this arc in particular too.
Yeah.
I don't think Usopp, Sanji, and even Luffy and Nami get that good until post Grand Line.
Yeah. Since
Nami's
Usopp,
pretty good here though. I mean, I probably shouldn't put her down too much.
nah, probably it's just that it's just that Zoro kind of keeps the crew grounded to a degree, since well, good luck
Hmm.
having Luffy making all the decisions and having it go well.
He's also kind of goofy, which
He
I
is,
like.
yeah, yeah, that too.
So it kind of helps out. And
I
do you,
mean,
I'm inclined to say that Zoro is also probably my favorite Straw Hat
hmm
in East Blue.
yeah.
And who's your favorite non-Straw Hat?
Favorite favorite non-straw hat. Oh,
Just in the East Blue. Uh,
just the, hmm. I really do like Zeph.
Zeph is really good. Oh my god, they did such a good job with him in the live
Hmm
action.
Yeah. It yeah. It's just he's like a guy. Even though he is a pirate, he does have like a moral line to where he doesn't want anyone to starve since he's been through that himself.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's a pretty cool arc.
especially in Sanji's backstory where he lives or and dies by that moral.
You really feel like the character traits are earned.
Hmm Yeah. Oh no. I think like the strong, the strong point about One Piece is that you don't really get like a lot of well, you don't really get there's like a lot of show but not talk in describing their characters.
I think they're a little rough in the beginning, like in the East Blue,
Hmm
but I definitely agree that they get way better at doing that. And Oda, once Oda, stops being a 20-year-old, he gets really good at just, as you said, show don't tell.
Yeah, show don't tell. Yeah,
But yeah, my answer is I probably Tashigi,
Toshigi. Yeah.
the smokers. I
The,
was gonna say vice, but no, he's the vice admiral. So I
yeah,
guess his second in command.
yeah. I forget if she's like she's a I forget her actual rank. So since well, Marine. Oh yeah, Marine ranks are quite varied. So
Yeah, but yeah, she's basically in the crew for
yeah.
Smoker.
I mean,
Um, Go ahead.
oh yeah, I was gonna say, what part of Tashigi do you actually like?
Oh man, I guess it's kind of unfair to say that some of the best moments she shines is more in Alabasta,
Hmm
but I in the East Blue, I just really like the way like the dynamic between her and Zoro
hmm
when they were enemies and non-enemies was kind of I don't know, it was really uh, tense, emotional because we the audience knew what was going on in that scene,
If I'd say it felt very
but
awkward for
the characters didn't.
yeah, I'd say it felt very awkward for Zoro since with how much of a resemblance that Tashigi has to Kuina in his mind.
Yeah, but he played it off really well, and it was kind of almost toying with her, with
Yeah,
like saying like, "Oh yeah, this and that."
yeah. E- Even though she is like a bit of a jobber in East Blue.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. She is not powerful at all, but I
No,
think
no.
that's kind of what's cool is that she kind of has this
Hmm
this Moomin Rider energy of like she may not be strong, but she's still gonna try to get the job done,
Yeah, but in the end, she's just a big nerd for swords.
and that's also cool. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think Tashigi's really fucking cool,
Hmm
and I think all her dynamics with
Yeah,
well, both I guess her two major dynamics with Zoro and Smoker.
yeah,
I love them both equally.
yeah. I mean, of course, she's not gonna be a big player in the future, but she is nice to have around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's my favorite
yeah,
character. But
yeah. I was gonna say in Smoker. Oh boy, there's a lot to talk about with him, but
we'll
not
get to
not yet.
Lockdown.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just that when Alabasta comes up, then it's pretty interesting how his story goes. But in the new world,
Yeah,
I feel bad for the dude.
yeah. Bro's working his 9 to 5 in middle
Yeah.
management.
Oh, even more than that, but that's another discussion to have.
Yeah. But let's talk about the very first arc
Yep.
Romance Dawn, the one that I made a video about, but now I'm here with someone else to talk about it with, so I can
Yeah.
back up my words a bit.
Definitely.
So I said I kind of went over this a lot in my video, and I
Mhm.
cannot emphasize this enough, but the live action does such a good job with the first episode. I'm kind of amazed how quickly that dynamic clicks.
Yeah. Mm,
I feel it was lacking a little bit even as I read the manga, where I like
kind.
Luffy and Kobe is kind of cool, but I
Mhm.
feel it drops off once Zoro comes to play, and then Zoro takes a while to bounce off Luffy.
Yeah. Though then again, I guess Romance Dawn in the manga did. Well, the start of it did kind of differ from the live action, since live action immediately started on Alvida's ship, didn't it?
I think it started with Shanks.
Shanks or okay, actually, this is probably just on me, but it's been such a while since I mean,
I
since
do
I've seen the
I do
live
think the
action.
first volume actually starts on Shanks
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it did. I just forget if the live action either started on Alvida's ship or if it started immediately on like Luffy's background.
I want to say it started on Luffy's background.
All right.
Just assuming it does.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was reading through, I was like, "Oh wow, look, I know that's a reference to this."
Yeah. You're just going backwards on like the continuity of the medium.
Yeah, I know a lot of the spoilers to One Piece, so it's kind of interesting seeing the
Yeah.
some of the things referenced here and there, being like, "Oh, he's talking about that."
Yeah. I mean,
I
at
can't
least
remember the nuances, but
yeah, I mean, at least it didn't ruin your experience. So it's more of like, oh, the thing that people say is hype is actually hype.
yeah. One thing I thought I was like, wait a minute, is Ben Beckman, which is like his intelligence second in command for Shanks,
Yeah.
is that Crocodile? I was like, oh no, they just look alike in the manga.
No, I mean they both. I mean they both do have slick back hair, so
They kind of have a little bit of a scar, but I forgot that Crocodile's is across the nose, while
yeah.
his is a cross like diagonally on his face. But
Um,
whatever.
yeah. I think Crocodile is. He has it. I mean, he has it on his entire face. While actually, let me just look up Ben Beckman.
I'm
No,
pretty sure it's diagonally on his face.
no. I think that's just the. Actually, I forget what it's called. It's not dimples, but it's kind of like crow's feet, but it kind of like extends way down.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah. It's not scars, but he does have a few scars on his arms.
okay. I see.
Yeah.
But yeah. How do you feel about Shanks in
Hmm.
in the East Blue? Because he's kind of a mysterious figure in
He
this
is.
arc. And honestly, I think he
Yeah.
still kind of is.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think like the biggest. Yeah, the biggest impression I had was how humble he was, despite him. I mean, despite him being a pirate. Since he always.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like he was always seen as a joker, and even when. I mean, even when that bandit like came along and ruined the party.
I think that's the scene that people remember too.
Yeah.
Like, how far does his patience go?
Hmm. Yeah. Especially if you know Shanks' background, this is like nothing to him. But to Luffy, this is his model being belittled.
Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty cool backstory to see kind of where Luffy got that fire from.
Yeah. I think,
Even though I want to, yeah, go ahead before I.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think Luffy has always had that energy, but he hasn't really, oh,
Have someone to ground him or something.
kinda, yeah.
That's true.
But,
I,
oh yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, like, even though Shanks looks pretty cool,
Hmm.
one of my favorite designs in One Piece is still one of his like jobber guys, which is Lucky, the
Oh,
big fat guy that always eats meat.
oh yeah, Lucky Boo.
I
Yeah.
love that dude.
Yeah, dude.
Look at him. Look at him
it's
go.
Dude, it's definitely one of the parts where the live action can't really replicate the
Dude,
more absurd designs.
I think the live action did such a good job with Lucky.
Yeah, well, with what they got, yeah, but they can't exactly replicate the absurd designs to that degree.
I don't know. I feel they hit it out of the park. I mean, just
Hmm.
One Piece manga has its own like visual order
It does,
that
yeah.
people expect to see, and with the visual order that the live action had,
Hmm.
I don't think I think they fucking knocked that out of the park.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that they did the best with what they got, since you can't exactly replicate everything from a manga to a live action to a one-to-one degree.
Yeah, I think the roughest one
Hmm.
was Alvida
Yeah. Oh,
because like
she was
Alvida is
fat.
big and wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean yeah she's fat, but like it's the how big and wide
Hmm.
the manga is and the anime is, where
Yeah.
like she's just ridiculously big, and it kind of has a different air.
Hmm.
And this one is just like I don't know, just some random ass like like
True.
slightly chubby woman
Hmm. Yeah.
wielding like a mace. Like
Well,
at a certain point, I accepted Arlong. I'm like,
mhm.
that's fine.
It is, yeah. Though there are like some fishman designs are kind of difficult to replicate, but Arlong definitely does have like the more human shaped body.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of a freak when it comes to his height.
Yeah, well, all fishmen are, so
That's fair.
yeah. Though I definitely do think they're gonna have some trouble with scale on some of the other characters like Big Mom.
I mean, looks like they're already experimenting with Broggy,
Yeah, they are, so
so they'll probably do
yeah.
a good job.
Yeah, but they're definitely yeah, but with how Big Mom is, even with size, they're gonna have to make her fat. Like
Yeah, you know what?
real fat.
On that issue, now that I'm looking at that, now that I'm like looking at him, I think Captain Morgan also came off a little awkward in the live action,
Uh-huh.
just because he
Mm.
wasn't as big.
Yeah, though then again, One Piece does have like a pattern of exaggerated character designs, especially with musculature.
Yeah, huge sizes.
Yeah, I mean, especially post time skip, everyone's gotta be jacked in in
I'm
that
so upset.
art.
I know we're getting off topic a little bit, but man, I'm so
Mhm.
upset that Usopp also got swole.
I mean, to be fair, oh wait, to be fair, during the time skip, he ate a shit ton, got fat as hell, and then worked out. I mean, then locked in and worked out the moment he saw Luffy's message on the newspaper.
I don't know. I wanted him to always to be some kind of skinny loser for the entire show. That would have been cool,
Yeah,
but
yeah. But at the same time,
whatever.
he at the same time, he wouldn't exactly have the strength to use his massive slingshot if he were to remain scrawny.
That's fair. I guess I can't argue that.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any thoughts on Romance Dawn? Because I kind of already explained it in my
Mhm.
video. I'd be retreading old ground.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
do you have anything?
I think. Yeah, I think it's still good. I do like at the end of Romance Dawn when Luffy and Zoro were leaving, the Marines were giving them their farewells in the manga since everyone on the island actually hated Morgan, but they didn't exactly have the power to oppose them.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird thing though. Now that I know about One Piece, that Marines are kind of supposed to be evil all around,
Well,
or at least it's supposed to be an evil organization.
they're. I mean, the organization maybe, but it's just a system of the world that everyone's complicit to because it's either one or the other.
Yeah,
Like, you want to be ruled by pirates or you want to be ruled by marines. They'll both have their good and bad sides. It's just that people have like a more positive reception of marines.
yeah. Well, in some areas.
Some some areas, yeah, but it's just that people who but it's usually in places with larger populations that people are more complicit with the marines.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think, but though then again, that's also like whole part of the One Piece politics where they introduce the ruling class, and you realize, oh, this is just how it is.
Damn. I'm look. Oh, when I get to that part, I'll definitely comment on that aspect.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's finally move forward from the fucking romance song because it's been forever.
Yep. Orange Tap.
So oh god, this is probably my least favorite arc.
Like.
At least in the manga and anime.
Okay.
And I kind of feel bad for saying that, but like, I don't know, man. There was nothing really much going on. The fight itself kind of felt sluggish when it was kind of the point.
Kind of.
I guess the Buggy introduction is neat, but he kind of just feels like a jobber when you're just reading this manga.
I mean, he is meant to be a jobber. That's how he is. But it's just that he's such a big deal since he's the first opposing Devil Fruit user in the story.
Yeah, I mean he's the first what do you call it? Well, I don't know. I was about to say like enemy pirate, but that's technically Alvida. So
yeah, it is Alvida. Yeah.
But this is where we got Nami's introduction, and it's pretty interesting that she's pretty warm towards Luffy before she finds out he's a pirate. And I always found that aspect to be kind of odd about her, because I feel she's always kind of come off cold to people, no matter what their circumstances are.
Though isn't like part of, I think that's like part of the live action like influencing your view on Nami, though, isn't it?
I mean, that's just from what I've seen, like videos of her.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it as time goes on. I don't know. I feel she was still kind of cold towards other locals, but I don't know, man.
I wouldn't say cold, but she is like more of a trickster with how she was. Well, still is.
Oh yeah, that she definitely is. But yeah, no, she ended up eventually just hating Luffy for being a pirate, even though this guy's so unserious about the definition of pirate. So like, why even take him seriously?
I mean, when your first impression of a pirate is a giant fishman that killed your adoptive mom, that leaves a very strong impression to that demographic.
That is fair. Although I think I'd have more of an impression on fishmen than I would pirates, but
yeah, but either way, whether it's a fishman or not, it didn't change her views on pirates.
That's true. Do you have any feelings on like Choo Choo or the mayor or anything?
Not particularly.
I like the Choo Choo thing was like, okay, I get it. This is like a moment to show that Luffy gets good karma all the time. He does good things for people, and eventually it returns to him. But for how long this volume, or this, I should say, arc took, it wasn't really that worth it for me.
Yeah, they didn't really leave that strong of an impression for me.
No. Zoro cutting himself was a weird choice he made just to kind of flex on the dude. But that's neither here or there.
No, I will say though, it is like a bit of a smart way that Oda introduced Buggy into the story so that Zoro didn't immediately get the spotlight with his double fruit. Oh yeah, since Buggy is like a hard counter to all sword users.
Just a little bit of foreshadowing there.
Yeah. Well, hey, like any cut to his, I mean, anything that attempts to cut his body splits his body.
There you go.
Yeah.
And just to quickly comment, like, I thought the live action was an improvement. I thought it was neat for what they did with Orange Town, which is just turned into a circus.
Yeah, they did.
I think that was a good choice.
They
Kinda
definitely
made it stand apart.
Yeah, they definitely played more into the clown motif on that end.
Yeah,
Though,
I'd say they did an excellent job, and I think the way they defeated Buggy was more entertaining, which is just fucking spread his body around like the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
yeah. Well, spread his body around. Also the massive nut shot to Buggy given to Luffy.
Man, that was dirty.
Yeah. Though I will say though that definitely like the differences between between the live action and the manga is that the live action Buggy has already destroyed Orange Town, or like a good
Yeah,
chunk of it, while yeah, while in the manga he was taking over it.
yeah,
Taking
he was
over.
having a temper tantrum and just destroying the empty buildings.
Oh yeah, though it did show that he relies more on his tools than his skill.
Yeah, bro would have died long
He,
ago without his double fate.
yeah. Oh, oh no. Even though Nami was trying to play coy with him and trick him, it definitely did trigger her with the amount of destruction that he was doing.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to talk too much else about this arc because again, I don't want to be a negative Nancy. I just
Mm.
don't really vibe with this arc.
All
Do you
right.
have any thoughts on Orange Town? Did you want to cover besides what we
Mm,
mentioned?
hmm. Not particularly.
Okay. Well, moving on from Orange Town, let's get into Syrup Village,
Hmm.
the arc that everyone hates for some reason. And I think, you know what? I was going in thinking this was going to be a terrible arc. And you know what?
Yeah.
When I rewatched the anime maybe a year or two ago,
Hmm.
this is the arc that really made everything stop. And I'm like, okay, this arc fucking sucks.
Yeah. I think it's because
Anime has done a terrible job with this.
after Orange Town, the scale is so small. Is the scale of conflict is very small when you're comparing to Buggy, who decimated the entire town. While
I
here,
mean, there's a potential decimation of a town.
yeah, but the main conflict is basically stealing the property and wealth of a particular rich person that Usopp is fond of.
Well, I will say that even though I don't like the anime version of this, I much preferred the manga.
Yeah, yeah.
The manga's pacing was so much better, and I think I was able to get invested more in Kaya.
Hmm.
So I kind of did care about Kaya enough to be like, hey, this isn't a good thing because she's going to die, and I guess I kind of care that, because she's part of Usopp's kind of the friendship circle.
Yeah. Though it did Though definitely what the manga did better is that it did portray it did portray like the amount of investment and time that shoot. Forgot forgot the
We're
glasses
talking about
guy's
Captain
name.
Kuro?
Captain Kuro. Like how long Captain Kuro spent to to gain Kaya's trust and to get the property right and
Yeah,
wealth.
it is kind of a silly plan with a lot of flaws when you really think about it.
Yeah. Though
I think the live action did a really good job with making it more subtle, but
yeah, though he was I believe he was working alone in the manga.
he still had the two dumb cats. There was just no
Yeah.
Michael Jackson,
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
Django.
Oh yeah, Django. True, they didn't have the hypnotism. Yeah, hypnotism scene in the live action.
Yeah, which makes me wonder if he's gonna come in Alabasta, but who
Hard,
knows?
hard to say. There's a few things that that the live action skipped, like like the other pirate dude that got skipped over. That got killed by Mihawk in the live action.
Oh, you're talking about Don Krieg.
Don Creek, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to him real soon because I have things to say about him.
Oh, oh yeah. No, he's such a shitter.
But yeah, no, I thought Usopp was cool.
Hmm.
I like
Yeah,
out of all the Straw Hats, I think he made the strongest impression of me.
yeah.
by the end of the arc. I thought he was kind of a chump at first, but
Hmm.
the manga does a really good job of like framing his struggle and how hard it is for him to kind of get up and like keep fighting.
Hmm. Like
And I think that's what solidified his place in the crew and kind of how cool of he is of a character because he's the real Moomin Rider at the end of the day.
yeah, he is. Yeah. Though I do like, yeah. Though I did like how his lies in his background is just him coping that he couldn't do anything for his
Yeah,
mom.
yeah, which is an interesting backstory to have, but
Yeah,
I can see that Oda was just trying to make this lying like he had the idea of like I want to make a liar character,
yeah.
and he
I mean,
tried to just put everything in the wall, you know?
yeah. Well, I guess if the Pinocchio nose isn't as obvious, have a tell.
But yeah,
But yeah, I do enjoy how much of a coward that Usopp is, since when we're
I
comparing
think he's
him
great.
to, yeah, yeah.
Even though I don't think the villains were that great, I think maybe that's why people don't
Hmm.
like Sarah Village that much. Like
Well,
I find Django entertaining when he has his comedic moments, but otherwise, like yeah, the villains kind of strike out in this one. I feel.
yeah, I think it's because the scale of conflict is so small, where it really is a drop in the water compared to the other conflicts in the East Blue Saga.
I don't know. Even though the next arc has bigger stakes,
Hmm.
I find this one to be much better.
Yeah,
At least
fair,
I find Sarah Village to be much better with like
fair.
establishing people I care about
Hmm.
being in danger, including the crew.
Yeah, I yeah, I guess a similar scale is. I mean, just to be off topic, it kind of reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist in a way.
What are you comparing arcs or?
Yeah, yeah, arcs. Yeah, you know, with Show Tucker.
Yeah, and which other arc are you comparing?
Oh, with Fear Village, where the where like the scale of conflict is so small, but establishing like the characters and the motivations is such a huge deal.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, that
Might be.
yeah, like other villains have such a strong, strong sense of value in their character due to their feats, but the character development that started with the small scale villains is what makes its mark in the story.
Yeah, I agree. And also Zoro got nerfed in this in this chapter by keeping him sliding on mud. Dear
Y-
lord.
yeah.
That's always what I find funny. Is sometimes it's like something I notice as I read these volumes is that they always try to find a way for either Zoro, Luffy, or both of them to be out of commission in some way.
Yeah. Well, well, at least sliding in mud is. I wouldn't say it's better than his consistent flaw, which is his sense of direction, but it is quite something.
It really is. But yeah, I think Syrup Village is good.
Hmm.
Fuck the haters.
Hmm.
What's your final call on Syrup Village?
I think it's all right.
Okay, all right, it is.
Yeah.
All right, something one that I can talk a little bit more about, which is the Bartier
Yeah.
or the Bara Tai. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. But def
This arc is probably second worst arc for me.
really is it?
I think so.
Hmm.
I think okay. Here's always what I'm gonna say. I think Bartier. You know what? I need to kind of maybe recontextualize everything. I think the Bartier in the manga is really solid up until Mihawk.
Oh.
Once Mihawk leaves, and then it's about Don Craig and his crew, it all goes downhill.
Hmm.
I'd say in the live action though, this is probably the best arc.
Hmm. I see. I guess
What about you?
I count It's like I don't know, since I feel like the massive threat that Baratier went through in the manga was better than the live action, since Sanji had like a actual motivation to defend his home.
I will say that is the one important thing, and I can see what they were doing is that they were trying to establish
Yeah.
Sanji's personality
Hmm.
while also being like in the midst of showing his dedication to protecting people.
Yeah. I mean that, and it also showed like some of his strongest moral. I mean, his strongest moral that he inherited from Zeph, which is feeding someone no matter what, who they are.
Yeah, feeding Jin.
Yeah, feeding
That was
Jin.
a great scene.
Yeah, it's like yeah, even though Jin was, I mean, still kind of, well, I won't say betrayed them. He was never on their side. Still brought Don Creek's crew to them. He still felt kind of guilty in a way.
Yeah, it's because Don Creek's an asshole.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like
Since
I don't know, I feel he's kind of a chum. Like he's got nothing going on. He's just an asshole.
yeah,
I don't know. I felt
uh,
his entire fight, and oh my god, worst of all was Pearl,
mhm.
the second in command. Those were such wasteful fights, man. I was like, I was falling asleep reading those
I
pages.
will agree with that, since like the whole fight Luffy was Luffy just hitting him harder until his armor breaks.
And this was like the longest fight so far. I don't know
Mm.
why they wanted to hold these fights for like I want to say a whole volume, maybe two and a half, maybe one and a half.
Mm.
I don't know, man. Yeah, these fights were not great, but if we're to ignore that and only talk about the good parts of the Bartier,
Mhm.
this is probably a solid arc without those.
Yeah, though I will say that yeah, I will say that Don Creek definitely does represent the pirates who fail to make it big, and they're just stuck
Yeah,
and they're just stuck at East Blue because it's the easiest place to be at for a pirate.
that's true, but I kind of feel the other pirates already established that pretty well.
Yeah, though I think though the thing with Don Creek is that he tried to get into the new world and failed massively with his attempt.
Yeah, that's true. But when it comes to like, I don't know, like even with that, right? They were also trying to establish that Don Creek is a powerful guy,
Hmm.
but we just established Mihawk too, so it's just like,
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
yeah.
Like,
Though
no matter Don Creek can't look powerful when Mihawk is in the same arc.
I think it's because there's two different strengths where Don Krieg relies on the power of his fleet while Mihawk is an army in one
Yeah,
with their
I guess
portrayals.
that's fair.
Yeah, since Don Krieg was never really portrayed as a guy who's individually strong.
I mean, he's
Especially since
supposed to be super powerful defensive wise or something.
yeah, though in the end the only thing that made him powerful was his tools rather than himself.
I guess that's partially true.
Yeah, I mean he hell, he blew up a gas bomb in the Bratier.
Yeah, what an asshole. But yeah, no. Personally, I preferred it when he was just slashed down in his introduction in the live
Hmm.
action.
Yeah, though it definitely did tone down Sanji's appearance, since he didn't really defend the Baratier in that version.
That was a massive bummer because I think what they did at first was a good idea, which is instead of
Yeah,
having Don Creek and Pearl, they had the Arlong pirates in the Bartier
y-
wreak havoc,
yeah,
and I think that was a such a great way to introduce Arlong early on and just kind of
hmm,
have the whole world tied a little bit more together. But Sanji never really had his moment to maybe even stand up against Arlong or something because that would have gone a long way for him.
it would, yeah.
Or I don't know, maybe one of the fishmen was starving. I don't know, whatever, right?
Eh. Fishmen starving in the middle of the sea.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you could have still had something like with okay, you could have still had Jin, and they did have Jin, but he was kind of a
Hmm.
super cast aside.
Yeah,
You could have
yeah,
had it where maybe like uh, Jin I don't know, Jin turns around. I don't know. He tries to do something bad to Sanji.
Hmm.
I guess what I'm trying to say is you could have still had Jin antagonize Sanji, but not have Don Krieg and Pearl.
Hmm.
Maybe he decides his fake, screw it, I'll help out Arlong. I don't know. I'm writing fan fiction at this point, but all I'm saying is I don't want Don Krieg and Pearl in this fucking in this arc. Please get rid of them. I don't want to see them. Jin's cool though.
All right.
I will say that I'm a big fan of the set pieces in the live action in the Bartier.
Oh yeah, that
Great
felt
aesthetic.
yeah, it felt like a definitely felt like a classy restaurant in the end of the day.
Yeah, they did an amazing job with that.
Yeah.
Mihawk's raw ass line of I don't hunt rabbits with a cannon." Still one of the best fucking
Def-
lines in this in the East Blue.
yeah, it definitely since he was over farming Zoro in both versions with his little cross knife.
His fucking dagger.
Yeah.
Not even a dagger. I don't think that can pierce a heart properly.
No,
Except
no.
Mihawk can do it though. But yeah, no, Mihawk kind of stole the Bartier arc and Sanji. I didn't talk about much about like Sanji, but
Yeah.
I always did find it weird. Like, why is Sanji so fucking powerful? And then they establish later on, like, you don't understand. Sea cooks, they gotta be built different.
Hmm.
He's not just any cook. He's a sea cook.
Even though he probably took some lessons from Zeph as he grew up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like being a place like them, they always have to worry about pirates raiding them.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I assume he just got experience from defending themselves pretty
Yeah.
often.
Though I will, yeah. Though I will say in the manga, it was definitely awkward that. I mean, that Mihawk went in, interrupted the fight, or farmed, / Zoro, leave, and then had the fight continue between Don Krieg and Luffy.
It was so weird. I guess it was an excuse to put Zoro out of commission.
Yeah, I mean Zoro. I mean Zoro is already confirmed to be a powerhouse on his own.
Yeah. And is this where we also get Kuina's full backstory? Yeah, or do we only get a preview?
No, actually, I think we already got Kuina's backstory like way early on when Zoro was first introduced.
We got a partial one, but
Partial one, yeah, but
there was like a second half, and it might have been this arc.
yeah, though I
But
think I forget which chapter specifically in Romance Dawn, but I think it was in the chapter he was first introduced, or the second chapter after.
okay, I'll take your word on it. But I
Yeah.
was how do you feel about Kuina's death being she fell down the stairs?
Oh, oh no, the stairs were a big shot name. The down D stairs.
That was the name.
Yeah.
I know people don't really like it. They think it's too silly, but like
Uh-huh.
I don't know. There's something kind of
Yeah.
retrospective about someone really important to you dying in such a mundane way that's out of your control.
Yeah.
That kind of really complements Zoro's character of like just shit happens, whatever, get over it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Found Kuina's backstory. It was actually on chapter 5.
Okay.
It was the full backstory. So
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, though it, yeah. So I guess it was like such a big thing for Zoro since she was his first rival that always beat him, and he never got a he never got a win from her.
No.
Nope, but Stairs did.
Maybe Zoro can take it out on Tashigi.
I don't think he's that petty.
No. If anything, he's trying to take it out on Mihawk.
Well,
Much to his failure.
I mean, to be fair, Mihawk is the best swordsman, and his goal was to be the number one swordsman in the world.
Yeah. That's true. But yeah, you mentioned like Sanji's backstory, which we're gonna get into. Yeah, that backstory is hard to go through sometimes. 'Cause it's just like
Hmm.
um, even in the live action, they stay on that backstory for a long time. They drag it out, and I think that's the point.
Yeah.
They want you to feel like, ah, fuck, this is just gonna last forever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we even
Oh,
gonna make it?
yeah. Especially since it's been about like over over a month, or no, it was like a few months since he and Zeph were stuck on that island in the backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Oh man, this. Oh man, it was definitely hard realizing that Zeph gave Sanji all of the food that they had.
Him stabbing the bag only for gold to come out is the rawest shit ever.
Yeah, and realizing that he ate his own leg during that time too.
Bro is so hardcore.
Yeah.
He's great. And yeah,
Ugh.
the parting ways, like the dynamic between Zeph and Zoro has always kind of been like I care for you, but I'm still gonna be an asshole towards you.
Yeah, but the manga gave him like such a huge send off.
Yeah. I think they did it pretty well in the live action too. They did
Yeah,
it differently though, where it's like
it's a lot more toned
they're kind
down.
of they're reaffirming, kind of like through cinematography, that even though Zoro is getting further away, he's still kind of yelling out to Zeph,
Hmm.
like kind of saying thank you reluctantly,
Yeah.
and Zeph can only just watch him go.
Hmm. Though, though I do like how straightforward Sanji is in his appreciation to Zeph in the manga.
Yeah, I think that part's pretty good too. I don't know the what's yeah, him bowing down is pretty good, saying thank you to Zeph, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I like both. Sorry, I'm just stuck between the two on which one I like,
Yeah.
because both are pretty good
Yeah,
in
because
my
like
eyes.
it's either one is subtle or the other you gotta make a big show about it.
Yeah, but yeah. Even though this was a cool introduction for Sanji, um, I feel Sanji kind of takes the bad backseat for a long time after this arc, though.
Yeah, though he does stick to his role really well, which is just cooking food for everyone.
And popping his hearts out whenever a girl comes by.
Yeah. Well, he is the biggest simp.
He really is. All right, let's go on to the next big old arc.
The
Yeah, that's what they're
Arlong
called.
Park.
Arlong Park. This is the arc that everyone talks about. Where like, if you don't like this arc,
Hmm.
then you might have to consider stopping.
Yeah, because this is the arc to show how far the crew is gonna go for each other.
Yeah. Even though this isn't my, funny enough, isn't even my favorite arc in the East Blue.
Hmm.
That's Lockdown.
Yeah.
Arlong Park is still. Oh man, yeah, no. This is probably maybe my second favorite arc.
Hmm.
Even though it does start a little slow, it kind of takes a while for it to get going.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of scattered.
Yeah, but
Um,
it also yeah, but also makes Nami into like an actual straw hat since she wasn't exactly all that loyal before Arlong Park.
yeah, once you get to like the middle and the endings to Arlong Park, that's when it really solidifies itself as a good chapter.
Yeah.
So, uh, man, how about that Nami backstory?
Yeah. No. Well, it was definitely very very rough. That
That scene of like Bellamere saying "I love you" to Nami and Najiko as she gets shot. It's like,
yeah.
dear Lord, One Piece, chill.
God, man, it was so funny seeing like the poor kids version of that scene where Arlong just points at her. He's like, go to the dungeon, dude. Poor kids censorship is a whole nother beast on its own. Like
I
she
think Bellamere is like canonically alive or something in the 4 Kids stuff.
yeah, she was just stuck in the dungeon forever.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, though I will say though that haircut is not doing her any favors though.
Now she looks like a fucking Fallout New Vegas NPC.
Yeah, but it's just the thing that bothers me the most is how uneven it is. Like she still has like the I wouldn't say like sideburns, but she has like ugh. I don't know. It's
It's
kind of like
it's it's quite rebellious, that's for sure.
it is. I don't know. It's like a mohawk with a with bangs in
With
the
a
front.
mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice to say the
I mean,
least.
it's noticeable, but it just bothers me.
Yeah.
That,
It's not my favorite haircut, I have to
no,
admit.
yeah, no, but I will admit that it is a striking appearance. That's all I could say. Just
No one else looks like her.
Yeah,
And in a manga known for its samey looking women, you know what, Bellamere? At least you look different with your weird ass hair. Take that for what you will.
yeah.
um
I mean, she still.
I d-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna comment. I do like how Nojiko was portrayed in the live action, where she was a little bit more like bitter towards Nami.
Oh yeah, since she joined like the Arlong Pirates without knowing the reason why.
I think I like that dynamic way more than Nojiko already knowing.
I agree with that. Especially from if you're thinking from her point of view, is like why would you join the group that killed our mom?
Yeah, it's kind of a fucked up thing, which kind of makes the twist of finding the gold all that much like better
Yeah.
towards the end.
Yeah, especially since Arlong never was gonna hold up his end of the deal.
Yeah, dude, man, what a dirty way of doing it. It's like, well, I know he said like, hey, you just lost it. I'm still holding up my deal.
Yeah. God. God, and
Damn.
Arlong, yeah, and Arlong does not make it subtle on how much of a fish supremacist he is.
Oh yeah, he's such an asshole.
Yeah, I understand the reason why due to his backstory, but he is still an asshole.
Yeah, that doesn't give you the right to be a asshole towards everyone else.
Yeah, though then again, One Piece is known for having characters sticking to their quirks, to the bone.
Yeah, I do very much like Arlong as a villain, though. I think out of all the
Yeah.
villains, he's been the one with the best presence. I feel.
Yeah, definitely. 'Cause it definitely goes back to the discussion on how not every villain has to be sympathetic, but they have to be like a very good antagonist to the to the hero group or protagonist.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, even though Luffy is the guy doing the punching and the guy on the cover,
Yeah,
Nami's kind of the protagonist in this case
yeah,
for
in
this
the-
arc.
in this arc, yeah. Though,
And I think they both do a good job with kind of reflecting, how to deal with revenge, I suppose.
yeah. Though she was definitely stripped of all of her power the moment her gold was taken from her.
I mean, I guess we can just get into it in it. Like, it's probably the scene that everyone thinks about now when it comes to the East Blue, right?
Oh yeah,
It's-
with Luffy giving her his hat.
Yeah, and fucking Luffy autistically screams to the sky, "Akarimase!" or whatever the fuck he goes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's such a huge deal because the Straw Hat is Luffy's biggest treasure. He's not gonna give up that Straw Hat no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like saying, I promise that I will do everything I can to help you out.
Yeah, no, it was great. And, the male straw hats were all aura farming, getting towards
Yeah.
Arlong Park.
Yeah. Except for Usopp.
He was kind of doing it.
Kinda. Well, and then he immediately backed out the
He
moment.
couldn't
conflict
back up his
started.
words.
Yeah.
Or couldn't back up his aura.
Yeah. Though Sanji and Zoro were doing work, even though Zoro was not severely nerfed, but nerfed considerably due to him being slashed by Mihawk.
God, I feel he's been injured in every arc in some way
Yeah,
up until
but
right now.
the thing though is that Zoro could have taken down Arlong if it wasn't for the wound
Maybe
that
he
he had
could
from
have.
Mihawk. Yeah, oh no, because even Arlong took a look at Zoro. Is like, how the hell are you still alive with that slash across your body? And then he's like, oh, I gotta kill him now, or he's gonna come back and actually finish me off.
Man, there were so many moments in this Arlong Park fight where like these characters should have died.
Yeah, well, I mean that is like, well, that is like manga logic there.
True, true.
Yeah. Though I did like the little quirk that with Arlong versus Luffy, where Arlong just takes out his teeth, and then another set of teeth comes in because of how sharks are.
Yeah, that was a really cool thing to add, just to kind of show that like he's a kind of unbreakable.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't recall the live action where he took out his teeth and used them as like little snappers on Luffy.
I don't know. I don't remember that. I remember Luffy punched Arlong in the face and it broke his teeth and it regenerated them, but that's all I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Because I think in the live action he mostly used his sword, huh?
I think so, which makes more sense because it makes him feel bigger.
Yeah, especially with like the scale of that sword.
Yeah. Even though I think the funniest scene in that fight is Luffy biting Arlong.
Yeah,
Like a weirdo.
I mean, then God, even looking at the picture that you put up for the notes, it looks like Luffy is biting him in the gills.
Luffy gets so unhinged when he's pissed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Luffy is wild after all.
Yeah. I do want to add, like, going back a little bit to the Nami scene, and to kind of just talk about why I think what makes the arcs for One Piece really cool
Hmm.
is every character obviously ends up joining and impressing Luffy, or getting impressed by Luffy being in some way, being, yeah, no, I'll join his crew because I like this or that. But then later on, you get another arc where that crew member realizes, no, Luffy is the man. He is the guy.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
he
Zoro's super early. That happened in the Bartier.
yeah.
But for Nami, that was this arc.
Hmm.
So you kind of get these... getting Zoro's and Nami's kind of, what do you call it, full loyalty back to back was kind of cool. It kind of showed what One Piece was kind of shaping up to be. Kind of a more, what do you call it, familial kind of dynamic between the crew.
Yeah, like a found family bond
Yeah.
type of way. Yeah.
But do you have anything to comment on Arlong Park? Because I think I said everything I wanted to. Actually, no, there's one more thing I want to say, and that's I like that even despite all the development that Nami got now, at the end of the manga, she still stole everyone's shit.
Well, I mean, she's been a thief for that long, and she's gonna remain a thief.
I think it's a great way because sometimes I get a little weird about like characters going through an arc and then them kind of not being identifiable by the end of their development.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Like, well, then again, this isn't like isn't like a harem story where the moment the unique girl comes in, she becomes the same as the others, just with
Yeah.
her only character trait is gushing over the guy.
Yeah. Thankfully, One Piece only has this problem with physical appearances, not not a actual character.
Yeah, it's definitely one of its strongest suits there, where they definitely stick to the bit, no matter what happens.
Oda's strongest suit is that he respects women.
Hmm. Yeah, he respects women's designs in the story like he respects his wife.
I
Wait.
bet you his wife begged him to draw her that way.
No, nah. In his interviews, he said that I really love my wife. I love my wife so much that I based all of the women's designs in the New World after her. And she keeps on getting more beautiful.
Is that what he says?
Well, hey,
Fucking Oda, I know what you're doing.
yeah. But
That's great.
hey, well, it is like a very efficient way of drawing. Like I have one body type that I want to draw, and I'm gonna stick with it.
Fair enough.
Well, except that he doesn't do the same with the male body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's getting a little better,
he is. Yeah.
but it's still a large issue.
Hmm. Yeah.
I did. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, no, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay. I just wanted to add I always loved Genzo's dumb hat. Like he looks like some evil military general, but he has a little pinwheel on his fucking hat.
Yeah, but even though his job was being a post office guy.
Yeah, that's all he is.
Hmm.
I always thought he was neat, but that's all I can say about Genzo.
Yeah, no, he's just a silly guy.
He's just kind of there to kind of represent the Cocoa Village as a
Yeah,
collective.
yeah. I mean, he was as powerless as they are. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. Did you have anything to say about Arlong Park?
Not really.
I
Yeah.
actually have one more thing.
Oh, one more thing. Okay.
Just a really quick thing. I think another reason why I also liked Arlong Park is that this kind of gave everyone their little fight.
Hmm.
Previously, someone got benched or they got whatever. Everyone kind of got a little piece to shine, and I thought that was kind of cool. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. Okay. Is there also like anything else you want to say about the cover stories, or
I guess
want
we're
to
this
just
far in, since some of
yeah,
them come back in Locktown.
yeah, like oh yeah, like Alvida. Alvida got the biggest glow up.
Yeah, I guess we can move forward for that slide just as a whole.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
Um,
since we're going to
so
lockdown, so
um, I'm not gonna lie.
hmm
I thought maybe Buggy was kind of charming at first, but then I'm like, all right, I get it.
hmm
Then I immediately got way more invested in Kobe and Helmeppo's arc and the
Ye-
side stories.
yeah, especially since they were just doing all janitorial work until like Garp came across them and they started training hard as hell.
Yeah, I thought that part was really cool, and I even like the Django's like dumb, silly,
Oh,
fucking
oh yeah, with full
disco
body.
arc.
Oh yeah, with full body.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, they become such best friends. Like when just after a dance competition.
and some piracy here and there.
Yeah, and I think full body. Oh yeah, full body got demoted after like his little stint at the Baratier, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a neat arc. Little
it,
side stories. I really liked them.
it is nice. Oh, especially Buggy's little arc of him getting all of his body parts back.
It was pretty charming at first, but at a certain point, I was like, "All
Yeah,
right, come on, move on with it. I get
yeah,
it."
but it's also like a nice little touch that his crew actually likes him.
He does care about his crew,
Yeah.
and maybe you could argue that's kind of reflective of what he feels he was missing.
Mm. Yeah, though, even though Buggy acts more like the traditional pirate compared to everyone else, where all he wants
Yeah,
to do is just pillage and get loot, and that's it.
yeah, weirdo.
Yeah.
But
Well,
but
oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna bring up a different character, but you can finish.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say yeah, he's the actual normal. Well, he's the only other character with normal pirate motivations.
It really is. I just want to loot and get rich.
Yeah, and look for treasure.
Yeah, true. He does care about that.
Hmm.
But I was just gonna mention like, I always thought Alvida was kind of weird in the side stories and here in Lockdown as well. Or it's I don't know. It's like she got punched really hard and by a man, and now she's skinny.
Yeah, and now she gets a devil fruit, and she soaps all of her fat away. And now her
And
crew.
wants to marry Luffy for some reason.
Uh huh. Wait, actually, I don't remember that in the cover story.
It wasn't in the cover story. It was in Lockdown, I believe,
Lockdown. Oh, okay.
or something like that. I don't know about Mary, but I think she wanted to get with Luffy for some fucking reason.
Hmm.
I don't know. Alvida's fucking weird, but Yeah, good luck, Alvita. There's a line waiting now, so you gotta get in queue.
Yeah.
Anyways, I did see social media posts about the actress to Alvita for the live action. Actually, did lose a crap ton of weight.
Hmm.
So she's dedicated to her role, I will say.
Yeah. Well, she's actually beautiful now.
What are you trying to say, Oda?
Yeah. No, I think this was before Oda's like obsession with the hourglass. But I mean, yeah, hourglass body type in the post time skip.
Yeah, Alvita's kind of the start of it. Funny enough,
Kinda.
but whatever. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, no. Getting more into the stuff with Locktown is. I think Locktown is my favorite arc. Even after reading Alabasta, the
Hmm.
reason I loved it so much is because I feel like it tied all of Locktown so well together while doing that thing that Avatar did with the Tales of Ba Sing Se, but giving it to the Straw Hats in such a nicely condensed pace manner.
Yeah. It kind
While
of shows.
actually having a fight at the end. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and it kind of shows like a bigger world without being too involved with the straw hats.
Yeah. It. I can't really put my finger on it because I wish I can tell you like this is the exact ingredient that made
Hmm.
Lockdown my favorite arc, and I feel honestly it deserves more recognition.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
yeah, I don't know.
I think it's also establishing like all the big shots and how they know each other, like with Mihawk coming up to Shanks, just to show that.
Yeah,
Talk about Luffy.
yeah. You also get a preview of the other D,
Hmm.
even though he's just a mysterious black cloak figure.
Yeah. Oh no, but everyone. Well, not everyone. I think Smoker was shitting his pants when he saw him.
Yeah, kind of a crazy thing to introduce so early on, but
Hmm.
fuck it, Lockdown it is.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Smoker and Tashiki, as we already mentioned, got introduced here.
Yeah. Oh no, and Tashiki shows that she's actually capable against like jobber pirates.
Yeah. And the Smoker, yes, Smoker
Yeah.
comes out interesting because he's one of those pirates that not pirates, sorry, he's one of those Marines that hates pirates, but is
Hmm.
still kind of a good Marine. But it
Yeah.
shows that he's kind of stuck in the system.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's kind of the interesting thing with Smoker is that you kind of get to see this weird shade of morality. You're not
Hmm.
really gonna see that up until like Kobe and Garp make an appearance later, but this
Yeah.
is kind of the first real showcase of that.
I think. Yeah. And I think there's more to see in like the Alabasta arc and also the post time skip Punk Hazard where Smoker is heavily involved in that.
I've heard about that. Yeah,
Mm. Though definitely like the biggest aura loss for Smoke. Well, aura gained and aura loss for Smoker in Punk Hazard.
well, I guess I'll see what that entails fully.
Hmm. So
But yeah, Smoker's cool because he's also just kind of like, I don't know, my secretary will handle it. I don't give a shit.
yeah.
Tashiki's always just like pissed off at him, being like, bro, like,
Hmm.
aren't we Marines or some shit?
Yeah, while having a mouthful of cigars in his mouth.
I love how that looks in the live action.
Yeah.
I saw that preview. I was like, bro, this is so unserious.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he does live up to his name. He smokes a lot.
He really does. Oh my god! Remember in the Four Kids, they took them up. They took that
Oh
away.
no, they replaced him with lollipops.
Was it Lolly? I thought that was Sanji. I thought they just got rid of it for Smoker.
I I think that I hold on. Let me just look. Okay.
Go ahead. I'll
Four kids, smoker. Oh, he just has smoke coming out of his mouth.
yeah, they just got rid of it. He has nothing.
Yeah. I swear the dedication to Four Kids to just editing doing all that editing for censorship.
They really went out of the way for it. Dear Lord.
Yeah.
I do want to say I think Sanji having a lollipop is kind of cool, although kind of counterintuitive to his character. I get it,
Uh huh.
because smoking is also kind of meant to show his self-destructiveness. But still, like I think because not many characters have a lollipop, and other characters tend to have like smoking. I thought it was kind of a neat quirk for Sanji.
Yeah. No.
But alas,
Yeah. No. Definitely the scale of smokers' cigars does one up Sanji's cigarette.
bro cannot get lung cancer fast enough.
Yeah. Well, I guess because of smoker being a Logia user, where he's literally made out of smoke, I think it's impossible for him to get lung cancer.
Yeah, I think he probably needs it for his devil fruit or some shit.
Nah, he just likes smoking.
This guy was born on this earth for one thing and one thing only.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like this one character in later on where his whole spiel is poison, and he feels like he's got to eat food with poison, even though all it does is gives him the shits.
Damn.
Yeah.
Poor dude.
Oh yeah. By the way, that's actually like a semi-serious plot point.
Well, I guess I'll see what that's about when I get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also want to bring up like how I feel Lockdown is also. I said this before to you, but never really elaborated. How Skypedia is kind of the. What is it? It's not an important arc until later on, where it starts to like talk about the past and show parts of the past more. What do you call it? The past becomes more important in the Skypedia glimpses.
Yeah.
So it's an important arc to One Piece the further it goes on because of the past. Sorry, that was a little scattered. But in Locktown, I feel like it's kind of like Skypedia, but instead of showcasing the past, this is going to showcase the future. I don't know what full hints are here, but I feel Oda is going to use a lot of symbolisms from Locktown and put it in the final arc of One Piece.
It's probably not up to that scale, but since in my view, I feel like in Logtown it's just showing all the big shots and a big departure to bigger conflicts after this arc.
I'm willing to bet that Luffy is gonna get killed like Goldie Roger styles, like they previewed how Buggy was about to kill him, and he's gonna somehow get lucky and strike out once again. And I'm sure similar factions will be involved, kind of like Locktown, but that's just my guess.
I guess that's something to see for the future, though.
But I don't know. And also kind of showcase how cool Luffy is about like just accepting, being fearless in the eyes of death.
Yeah, it's like
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like it is what it is. But
even though I'm sure he was on copium.
Kinda, but it also kind of shows he is somewhat accepting of his situation and the risks of being a pirate, though.
Jeez. I'd go into Marine for it, but I feel that'd be way out of this discussion field.
Well, I think the motivations are completely different because that involves his brother, not just himself.
I mean, there's also a lot of moments where like Luffy's like, I can't die now. I'm got to become the Pirate King. And I guess he is kind of weirdly accepting of his death here. I don't know. I guess it is kind of weird now that I really think about it.
Yeah, it's either that or he's so nonchalant that he believes he's gonna get out of this either way.
Yeah, or I don't know. My assumption is that I'm sorry. I'm gonna talk about Marineford a little bit.
Uh huh.
But there's a moment in Marineford, and I'm not gonna get specific,
Yeah.
that I remember seeing, where maybe it wasn't Marineford, maybe it was Amazon Lily. I don't know. Luffy was alone, but like, uh, the way he deals with his bad thoughts is to not think and try to stay happy,
Uh-huh.
because Luffy's inner monologue to him is dangerous.
Mm,
So he essentially like falls apart. He's not really emotionally stable. So the way he does it is just be more stupid,
I
and
wouldn't say.
I can just be easier.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that would be that the case since wait, you don't have any idea how he got to Amazon Lily, did you?
I don't know if it was Amazon Lily. It was just like
Yeah, because
one of those panels.
I was gonna say yeah, I was gonna say his whole thought process to I mean to get to get to Ace was like a huge buildup of bad events and yeah, well, I guess this is like a discussion like
Yeah,
in the future, since this involves like a few other arcs.
yeah. So semantics aside, the only point I want to get across is
Mm-hmm.
that I think Luffy was dumbing himself down because he was coping.
Mm. I don't think he was dumbing himself down. He,
Okay.
since you're just implying that Luffy is way smarter than he is perceived to be.
I think he's an emotional wreck when he thinks too much.
Mm. Though I think, though the thing about Luffy is that he he knows he knows what to do with the goal he has in mind, and he's willing to put the effort to go through that journey to achieve that goal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
But he
go as
doesn't
far
really
as say
come off. Oh, yeah.
Luffy's not stupid. He's a being of pure instinct, is what he is.
Yeah. So he's a very dedicated person, but he's not exactly a planner.
Yeah, but I don't know. That was
But
just my little theory with, I guess, why
yeah,
Luffy was accepting his death in this part.
uh,
But I don't know.
but I wouldn't say that Luffy is very introspective, but he's very blunt.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't really say that he has all that time to think. I mean, to think about himself and dwell on these thoughts or.
well, I think he avoids that altogether.
Mm, actually, I don't think he avoids it.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's something you're probably
Just
gonna,
from the things I've seen.
yeah.
But I have no grounding on this, and I don't really want to stay on it if
Yeah, I think
there's
it's
just nothing to talk about beyond that.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. Just going in circles at this point, but it's something that you're just gonna have to read on to see his motivations.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
anyways, that was just my reading.
Yeah.
I also like that Luffy got he finally got achieved his dream of getting his fucking wanted poster. I thought that part was great.
Yeah. Even though there was like a oh wait, even though Mihawk already introduced like his wanted poster
Yeah.
at first.
But Luffy got to see it, and he's like, "Yes, finally, I made it."
Yeah.
I thought that part was like a nice bow tie to Lockdown.
Uh-huh. And oh yeah, this was actually like the first arc where Luffy and the crew follow Logia user.
Do they now?
Yeah, because you know what Logia users are, right?
What are they exactly?
So there's like a class of Devil Fruit users where they're completely a part of the element that they embodied.
Oh, I see.
So basically, they could turn their entire bodies into that element, unlike Paramecia users, which is Luffy, where they only embody a part of the element that they inherit from the Devil Fruit.
Okay, gotcha. That sounds like a lot of
Yeah,
post time skip stuff.
yeah, but defensively, Logia users are pretty much invincible to your average pirate.
I see. Gotcha.
And even like the mid tier pirates don't have that don't have hockey.
Damn. It sounds
Yeah,
pretty powerful then.
yeah. Well, like no matter how much no matter how much planning you do, the attacks that you throw at them could immediately phase through them, or they could absorb it.
All right. Well, that's a discussion worth having when I get to the post arc. It seems.
Yeah,
Talk about One Piece power scaling like a bunch of nerds.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
there's they already introduced like a level of power scaling, especially with the sword grades in Logtown.
true. True. There's a little bit of there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Tashigi triggering Zoro by saying, "Am I not strong because I'm a woman?"
My feeling I'm a woman holds a gun to a head. Ah! Why was I born a woman?
Yeah. It's it's weird because they didn't really have any problems with each other until the moment Zoro it's mentioned to be a pirate.
Yeah, true. I think because Marines are.
Uh-huh.
It's baked into their heads that they're supposed to hate pirates,
Yeah.
Tashigi included.
Yeah, well, it is part of the job.
Yeah.
And they did. Hmm. Oh yeah, and the introduction of Luffy's dad. So, or the other D,
Well,
as you say.
just laying that one on the ground, huh?
Yeah, I thought you were being coy with me when you say the other D.
Yeah. I know of Dragon.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. This was again, I really like this arc.
Mhm.
I'm glad that it ended on a nice even number of chapter 100.
Yeah. And it's just reestablishing like all the goals of the Straw Hats.
Yeah, you get that final segment where they all put their fucking boot on the barrel and be like, "This is all our dreams."
Yeah.
Even though I love it how they did it more in the live action, even though we're not in Lockdown yet. But
No.
anyways, it was good.
It was, yeah.
But yeah, that's the East Blue. What are your what's your impression now that we finished talking about it?
It's a nice starting off point for One Piece.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always felt that One Piece is kind of slow with its beginnings, and I say this I think in my last video. A lot of arcs start slow here. Some of the beginning of One Piece feels a little sloppy, but
Yeah.
once it starts picking up its ground, that's when East Blue becomes something special.
Yeah, well, that's because like Oda's setting up all the little pieces that comes together at certain points, like with the cover stories, where
Yeah.
it's like he's always doing like world building on the background that ends up in the main story.
Yeah, and I think Lockdown was a really great showcase of that.
Yeah, you got Buggy out there, it's like, and you realize, and you wait, and you just come to ask yourself, how the hell was Buggy back? I thought we already like shipped off inside of a box. Until you
He had
read
his
like
own journey.
until you read like the cover stories in the manga.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
But people say that I've heard the opinion that these five could have just been the rest of the characters we had for the for the Straw Hats, and people would have loved that.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that take?
I feel I feel like in terms of scale, the crew should have grown. I mean, grown a bit bigger since five is such a small number for a pirate crew.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, that and they're all not like powerhouse. Wait, and I don't think like all the roles have been filled for a pirate crew since you only have the captain, the first mate, the navigator, and Usopp didn't really have a role back then, so he was more of like a handyman where he just does whatever he can.
What everyone else can't, he has to do.
Yeah, and he's bad at it.
I will not stand for this Usopp slander. Anyways, um, they're yeah, no, I think they had a great dynamic here in the
Mhm.
East Blue as well. I thought it was all pretty well done. Um,
Mm.
I'm trying to think of what else to say. I don't know. Like, yeah, that's the East Blue, right? You get to see
It
the journeys. You get to see them finally make it to the Grand Line. Like, it's
pretty
a nice
much.
little, it's a nice little journey, kind of packaged in one saga.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
pretty much. Though, I guess like after this, it, well, I was gonna say after this is the Alabasta arc, so that's a whole beast on its own.
well, technically, it's the whale arc,
The whale arc. Oh
um,
yeah.
and then
Well,
then it's Whiskey Peaks, and
Whiskey
then
Peak.
it's
Yeah.
Drum Island. No, it's
Uh huh.
Little Garden, Drum Island, and then Alabasta. It takes a while,
True.
but it is the Alabasta saga. Or no,
No, it was reverse
Alabasta's
mount.
the arc. It's Baroque Works. It's the
Baroque
saga.
works.
My bad.
Yeah.
That's the saga. My bad.
Well, well, Baroque works is a part of the Alabasta arc, so yeah.
Yeah. There is one thing I actually want to mention now that I remembered is the way they introduced Zoro in the live action. I really liked because they
Mhm.
started off with what they referenced in Alabasta, which is Zoro killing Mr. Seven.
Yeah.
I thought that was like really neat.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Then
that
they,
and oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like we got Zoro's line that he had from Alabasta into the first intro, which is Mr. Seven saying, joining Baroque Works is a very serious crime. I suggest you rethink that. And then Zoro refutes. If they were that serious, they would have sent someone better than Mr. Seven.
Oh well, foreshadowing, huh?
Damn. Yeah, no, that was good. I thought that was a great scene for Zoro in the live
Yeah.
action.
Oh yeah, then he wasn't really arrested in the live action version. I mean, he wasn't introduced being arrested in the live action version.
No. Although he got a little more back and forth with Captain Morgan, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, he did.
It was nice seeing the beginning of Zoro and Sanji bicker
Mhm.
in it.
Yeah.
Usopp and Nami's dynamic of like we're the ones that kind of suck.
Well, I mean, well, they are the most powerless out out of the entire crew. So
Yeah, especially in the East Blue. Like I don't like Nami can. I guess she's a pretty competent fighter. For a person, for just like a normal person.
yeah,
But that's kind of all she is in the
but
land of freaks.
yeah, yeah,
She's
especially
too.
when. Oh, go ahead.
Hmm. I was gonna say she's just too normal. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say in a world where you have devil fruit users, I mean sword users who could cut ships in half, and a, and giant buff fishmen, you tend to be a small frog in the pond or frog in the well.
True, true. Poor Nami and
Hmm.
Usopp as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I really ended up enjoying my time reading the East Blue and eventually, obviously, Baroque works.
Hmm.
That I'm looking forward to continuing the series more. I think
Yep.
what I really like about the East Blue is that you still see Oda so excited to talk about One Piece
Yeah.
and show off his kind of passion.
Ooh, and he's been working on this series for 30 plus years.
Yeah, what a guy. And
Yep.
here we are in the beginning of all of it, seeing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm. Yep.
Sorry, I'm thinking in the moment, being like, damn, 30 years, and
Yeah.
it feels like a journey, Just being here in the
Uh,
beginning, it feels something like I'm in the backseat of watching something
yeah.
epic.
Oh no, wait, that was slightly wrong. It's almost been 30 years since it started at 1997.
Oh yeah, we're getting close.
Yeah, so it'll be 28 years right now.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But all right. I think it's a good time to close it because we kind of have been meandering. Fuck. We've been small talking a little bit for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, hey, ain't that how podcasts are? Just
True.
a bunch of small talk.
True. But yeah, no, I think I got out what I wanted to say. Do you have anything else you'd like to add about One Piece?
Well, aside from hoping that the author doesn't croak like many other authors, I hope that Oda lives long enough and healthy enough to finish One Piece and live a long, healthy life after that.
Those posts that you see that like, I want to keep living because I want to see the ending to One Piece.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was such a heartbreak having the author of Berserk die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was quite a vibe check for the manga community.
yeah, dude, especially since you have like longtime fans who died, not knowing if Berserk has ended or not.
Yeah. Dang, that's so insane to think about.
Hmm.
Well, here's for Oda having many years, and as he stated in his interview of him collecting Legos, I hope he gets to play with all his Legos once he finally gets to retirement, as he's building up that that collection of his.
Oh, definitely. Oh, but
all right.
I think that's about it.
I think that's it for One Piece. So, thank you, Phoenix, for joining me on what is it? Episode 3? Yeah, episode 3 of Monsters Den, which I didn't introduce in the intro, but here we are in the outro. Now you know where you are.
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks again, Phoenix, for joining me.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
All right, and I have been Hazar. Appreciate everyone for being here, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the evening wherever you are. Don't get lost out there. Matane.